He's too chicken to hear what I want to say.
His mother is just like him. She's mean, she's hateful, and it's like she's out to get to me. She's mean to me, and it seems like if you're mean to me, you're going to be mean to my daughter.
Are you in agreement with that?
No, I'm not paying her nothing. No.
Okay. You will make those payments or you will go to jail. There will be no other option.
This suit affecting the parent-child relationship, it doesn't appear we have any agreements. I'll call the mother. Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Alexandria Cyrus.
Ma'am, what are the name and age of the children or of the child or children in this case?
DeAndrea Cyrus Morgan, and she's 4.
Ma'am, are you asking for joint or sole managing conservatorship today?
Oh.
Who makes the day-to-day decisions for your child?
I do.
Are there any other reasons that the judge should not appoint joint managing conservatorship?
Just with the issues that we had in the past with domestic violence and all the threatening and everything that's been going on lately, like I just feel like it's safer that she just stays with me until he could get some type of counseling or something.
And ma'am, I'm talking about conservatorship. I'm not talking about visitation. Conservatorship is who has a right to make decisions over your child's life.
I've been doing that for the past 4 years anyways.
Okay. Do you have safety concerns with the father having access to the child?
Yes.
Okay, what are those concerns specifically?
Oh, well, for one reason is where he lives. At this point is one thing that concerns me and that's going on in that household, and it concerns me because it concerned me when I was there. And my daughter came back to me with blood in her panties. So I'm just concerned about her safety at this point because I still don't know what happened to my daughter.
Okay. And ma'am, who are you alleging caused that to happen to your daughter?
She told me, my mother, and my wife that her dad did it.
Have you made a CPS report?
Yes, and his caseworker told me the last day of our case being closed, his caseworker asked me, do I feel safe if my daughter goes over there with the grandmother? And I said no, because his mother is just like him. She's mean, she's hateful, and it's like she's out to get to me. She's mean to me, and it seems like if you're mean to me, you're going to be mean to my daughter. And then the other thing was he was being belligerent. Like he was talking to his caseworker crazy.
Ma'am, let's talk about specifically the child. Regarding the allegation that you're making that was reported to CPS about there being blood on your daughter's undergarments, what were the results of the CPS investigation regarding that specifically?
She just basically left it on to me if I wanted her to go see her dad or not.
Okay. And is it your testimony that the father lives with the grandmother?
Yes.
All right. Has there been a police report made regarding this allegation?
We tried to, but they said that it was a family court issue, and I couldn't do anything about it unless I took it to family court.
Okay.
Because I tried to file a restraining order and a protective order.
Did you visit the emergency room regarding this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was your daughter diagnosed with anything?
She had a urinary tract infection, and she had to be on antibiotics for 14 days.
All right. Is there anybody who the grandmother and the father live with that is a registered sex offender?
Her husband.
Okay. And how do you know that information?
I clarified it by Google search. I basically verified it myself. I heard about it, but I verified it through Google search because I didn't believe it was true.
Okay. And what website did you visit?
I just put in his name on Google.
Okay. Do you have that evidence to present?
I could email it to you. I could screenshot and email it because I don't know what's going on with my camera.
Okay. Knowing all of this information, what type of visitation, if any, are you asking the judge to allow for the father?
Right now, none.
Okay. The state has calculated child support at $405. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Okay. What type of insurance does your child have?
Medicaid.
Do you have anything else available?
No, ma'am. Not at the moment.
Okay. The state is asking for a cash medical at $128. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
And you understand that when we calculated child support and medical support, we gave the father credit for an additional child.
Yes, ma'am.
As far as back child support, are you requesting back child support today?
Yes, ma'am.
Since, remind me again the age of the child.
She's 4.
Okay. Since the child was born, has the father provided any financial assistance?
No, not to me.
To someone else?
He buys her stuff, but he doesn't want to give it to me.
So are these things that the things that he buys, does he keep at his home?
Yes. And this is stuff that she needs for school, like clothes, shoes, everything that she needed for school, he kept there. He doesn't want me with it.
Okay. The state has calculated a retroactive judgment in the amount of $6,316 with a payout of $75. Are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, just to clarify, regarding the family violence, I know we talked a little bit about your daughter and about the issues you've had with the grandmother. Between you and the father, have there been any incidents of family violence within the last 2 years?
Yes, he keeps threatening me.
Are these threats in person or by phone?
By phone, social media, he finds a way. If he could get in contact with me, he finds a way to threaten me.
And what does he say?
He's gonna kick my ass. He's gonna beat my girlfriend up. He's going to, the last thing he said before he's gonna kick my ass, he said he's gonna kill me. It's numerous of things that he's always saying. He's been saying that since 2018.
Have you presented any of this evidence or text messages to the police?
Yes, ma'am, and they still told me it was a family case. That I have to go to family court.
Okay. Do you have any additional information you would like to offer to the court?
No, ma'am.
I pass this witness and I call the father. Sir, can you state your name for the record? And sir, are you in agreement for the mother to be named sole managing conservator?
No.
Okay.
I do apologize. I actually have a pension and suit affecting the parent-child case right now that I filled out. We're just waiting to serve her with it because I'm going for full custody of my daughter.
Okay. Let's take your response one at a time. Have
No.
the lawsuit that you have in your hand, have you filed that?
We haven't been able to find her address, so no, ma'am. Right now they're telling me I could do it publicly, but that's going to cost a little bit more. Or I could find like an investigator to find her address, but that's
Okay,
all we're really waiting on.
Do you have a cause number on that, sir?
No, not yet. I haven't turned it in at all yet, ma'am.
Okay.
Because what I've read, I need her address.
Okay.
And I don't have her address. Like I have the money and everything to get it done, but I don't have her address to serve her with her copy.
So, sir, do you understand that the state has already filed a suit affecting the parent-child relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that today this court hearing is on that suit?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that since your suit has not been filed yet, that we will not consider it?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you asking this court to be named joint managing conservator?
I really want to go for full custody at this point and be the sole provider of my daughter. Because based on all of these allegations that I've heard today, I just want to be full custody. I want my daughter removed from her well-being.
Okay.
I just think it's right for my child.
Okay. Who does the child currently live with?
I don't know. I haven't been allowed to see my daughter for a whole year. I've had allegations lied on me. And once, even though that I've been cleared of that, she still tried to push the narrative. I mean, and everything that she said with the whole, this domestic violence, and none of that stuff was stated. What was stated that I wasn't allowed to see my daughter was because I was her. And once I was cleared of that, she's trying to push a narrative for something else, for me not to see my daughter. And now, like, for 3 years, I've tried to send her mom and them money. I've sent her money. She stayed with me like a couple years ago. She was living with me. Zandria was living with me. My mom had given me her apartment. So
Okay,
Zandria was
sir,
staying with me
let
at the
me
time
get
with
in,
my daughter.
let me get in my next question, and then there'll be an
Yes,
opportunity to,
I apologize.
yes, okay. In this action, the state is requesting $405 for child support to be ordered. Are you in agreement with that?
No, I'm not paying her nothing. No.
Okay. Do you think we calculated it wrong?
No, I'm just not paying that Ms. Andrea Cyrus a dime. I'm not paying her zero. I'm paying her $0.
Understood. Do you have private insurance available for your child?
I do have, through my job, I can get it through my job. Yes, ma'am.
Is your child currently enrolled today?
I do, ma'am, I haven't been able to have no thing with my daughter for a whole year. Like, I've tried to contact them and stuff, and it's just been threats. Like, I have a bunch of stuff where I've tried to send them, like I said, I have stuff where I've tried to send them money, where her mom and them have told me they don't want money from me, stop sending them money. They request a DNA test, or then another time, she's my daughter, that I'm just a sperm donor. So it's just been madness for a whole year. So any question that you have towards me knowing anything about my daughter, I do not know.
Okay, so let's get to that in a moment. Regarding the $128, you don't agree with the reimbursing the state?
No.
Okay.
I can put her on my insurance.
Okay, understood. Did you hear earlier where the state had calculated a retroactive judgment of $6,316? No. Okay.
No, ma'am.
I hear you that you don't agree with it.
Please stop talking, sir. Wait for the question to be asked before you start asking. The court reporter is trying to type down everything's being said. One person at a time, not all at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Repeat your question, Ms. Correa.
You said you don't agree with the retroactive support, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You said you tried to reach out to the mother before. What happened when you would try to provide support before?
When I tried to, because from my knowledge, my daughter is always with her mother. Zandria really doesn't even be around our daughter like that. From my knowledge, from her brother has stated she doesn't really do nothing for our daughter.
Sir.
Her mother has stated.
Sir,
yes,
answer my question.
Well, yes, ma'am. It was just she told me to stop sending them money, that she wants a DNA test. That's what her mother told me.
Okay, thank you. As far as the allegations that the mother made regarding her daughter coming back to her home with an injury, what is your response?
So from my knowledge, I did find out she had a UTI infection, and I was cleared of the alternate. I have the paperwork, so I was cleared of the narrative. I didn't really know, because I didn't get to take her to the doctor. I didn't see her after the information, so I couldn't really tell you what happened. I just know she had a UTI and that I was cleared.
Okay. Sir, did you hurt your child?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And sir, do you live with your mother?
Yes, ma'am. At the moment, yes, ma'am.
Is her partner a registered sex offender?
From my knowledge, I do believe.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you been living with your mother?
I moved back with her about a year ago, since last year of September.
Is it your intention to remain living with your mother?
No, ma'am. I'm planning on getting an apartment in January.
Have you put down a deposit or signed a lease?
No, ma'am. Right now, I'm just trying to save up all the money I can.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything additional you would like to offer to the court?
I just want to see my daughter. That's all I want to do. I just want to see my daughter at this point. But like I said, I want to do the best possible way that we can come to agreement for me to see my daughter.
I pass this witness.
Okay, give me just a moment. All right, let me go ahead and make a ruling. Making a ruling. Let's see. I'm making a ruling the finding of family violence has occurred in this case. We're going to do sole managing where Ms. Cyrus will be the one to determine the child's primary residence and make decisions regarding the child. You have access, father has access to some information, but mother will make decisions since y'all aren't able to reach any agreements. Ms. Cyrus's address is granted to be set out at a non-disclosure, so she's not required to let the father know her address due to the issues that have been proposed today. Child support has to be ordered. I don't understand why you would be opposed to that. You have a child, you have a financial duty. Your financial obligation is child support of $405 a month. You will make those payments or you will go to jail. There will be no other option. Government medical for health insurance. If you want to carry insurance through your own insurance, you can, but you need to show us proof of that insurance. You are the father. You've been the father for 4 years. I don't know what you're waiting on as far as health insurance is concerned. You don't need Ms. Cyrus's agreement to put the child on your insurance. You could have done that already. But if it's cheaper than $128, then you can definitely do that after you show proof to the mother and the Attorney General's office. Then they can stop trying to collect the $128, but otherwise you got to pay $128 of medical. Ms. Correa, I didn't get a child support amount. What was the proposed child support amount?
Child support amount at $405.
Oh, okay, I think I just wrote it twice on my paper. Sorry. Okay. I understand you tried to make payments to her, but you didn't make payments for whatever reason. Maybe it wasn't your fault.
No,
but
I did.
Retroactive judgment is $6,316 payable at $75 a month. Just because, excuse me, I'm talking. I'm making a finding that Mr. Morgan lives with a registered sex offender. There are serious allegations that have been made regarding the child being sexually abused, possibly in the father's care. That's a huge red flag there. I'm not necessarily saying that you did something, Mr. Morgan, but I also heard that you haven't done any investigation of your own to find out why that occurred, or if somebody else in your care or somebody around you,
it was in her
to
care.
your child. So I'm making a finding that we should not have standard visitation. It needs to be supervised visitation until there's further orders of the court. You're going to do supervised visitation through the Faith and Liberty Place, which is the agency that does supervised visitation in Dallas. You both need to fill out information to do that. So you need to contact Faith and Liberty Place after you get a copy of the order. That visitation will be from 12 to 2. Mr. Morgan, you need to notify Ms. Cyrus 24 hours before you intend to visit. If you don't send her notice, and I see you're shaking your head, which I guess that means you're not going to do your visitation, then I'm not going to require her to appear. So she's not required to appear unless you give her notice of your intent to visit. Court cost is billed to Mr. Morgan. All right. That is my order. I'm not going to argue with y'all if y'all don't agree to it. The court, the Attorney General's office will draft an order for me to sign, and then they will email you a copy. Until things change, that'll be the order of the court. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
What days were the visitation, Your Honor?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do first and third Saturdays.
First and third Saturdays, because he left, so. Okay, that's fine with me.
Make sure he has a way to contact you, okay?
I try to, but he's going to be a hard-headed about this now.
I understand. He was hard-headed today anyway. Let me add on here. We're going to add that, what's the, Ms. Cody, I forgot the name of the thing that we use for communication. What was it called again that we used?
AppClose.
AppClose, yeah. Okay, so Ms. Cyrus, you ordered to add an app on your phone called AppClose. That'll be a way that y'all can privately communicate with each other. And if you need to print it out for any future court proceedings, you can print them out. So you need to do on your end, your part, and then he'll need to do his. And that way y'all can communicate through there without him having your address or him having to contact you through a phone, okay?
It sounds great. And you said, what was the app name again?
It's AppClose, AppClose.
Okay, I will definitely download it today.
If he reaches out to you afterwards, obviously he's not going to hear that part because he's too chicken to hear what I want to say. Yes. Then you want to tell him, hey, you need to go to the AppClose. It's going to be in the court order, but he probably won't read it.
I just tell his oldest daughter mom, and she'll relate it to him because
Okay.
that's basically how we was keeping contact with through the other baby mother.
Okay. Well, we want to avoid that too. So use the app so that y'all can communicate that way. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. You are done with court, Ms. Cyrus. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
How am I, I live on $1,000 a month, so paying $300, what am I looking at there? I've been on disability now for a few years, and I live on, minimal funds, obviously, because they don't pay very much. So I just feel like, John has taken every advantage that he can of me in the past and still does. So I'm unaware about any, yeah, I think so. But there was the child support was completely stricken.
I don't see that order of 2012 was ever stricken, so it's still in effect.
All I know is that there was never any child support.
Is there an order that says that child support was waived?